Tonight on Elon Local News.
How the Elon community celebrated the solar eclipse.
Jackson Yell's father, Scott Yell, visits Elon as he continues his mission to honor Jackson.
Elon seniors reflect on their last yearbook photo opportunity. Those stories and more.
Elon Local News starts now.
Live from the Jane and Brian Williams studio at Elon University School of Communications, you are watching Elon Local News.
Tonight we begin with coverage of the solar eclipse that took place earlier today.
I'm Fiona McAllister.
And I'm Rachel Holly. Thank you for joining us.
If you looked up in the sky at around 3:15 this afternoon, you may have noticed a rare national phenomenon. The total solar eclipse was visible in parts of the U.S. in complete darkness for as long as 3 minutes today, in a once-in-a-lifetime generation event. The eclipse could be observed in its full effect in major cities like Austin, Dallas, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Buffalo, and Burlington, Vermont, with about 3.32 million Americans in its path. Here at Elon, we observed about an 80% partial eclipse. If you were looking up at the time of its full coverage, you should have noticed the sun shaped like a crescent and it being visibly darker. Elon senior Nick Esposito said there were noticeable differences even before in full effect.
I think it's pretty awesome, honestly. It's like looking like a big crescent up there, but it's still going, and when you take off the glasses, look around, everything looks a little darker. Yeah, it does look a little dim. I don't know if you guys can recall this, but when you were a child, things used to look a lot brighter, and now that we've come closer to adults, it looks a lot less colorful.
After seeing the partial eclipse, Elon student Brian Herline showed his excitement due to this occurrence.
I liked it there. I knew it was going to be the full way. I knew it was like 88%, but it was really cool. You can tell it got darker too.
The next total solar eclipse in the U.S. will not be until 2045. However, the next total lunar eclipse is just under a year away, occurring in March of 2025.
Scott Yell, father of Jackson Yell and the secretary of the Jackson Yell Family Foundation, came to campus this week to visit the club baseball team. Our Nicholas Coleman has the story.
Appearing at a club baseball practice this week, Scott Yell was excited to connect with the team. His son Jackson was killed last year during a beach weekend with a club baseball team. Scott Yell shared what the team means to the family.
So Jackson was a club member here, and as he always said, these are my guys. This is his bunch of buddies that he always hung out with, and so a lot of camaraderie and friendship here. And after the accident, these guys have kind of adopted us, and so they mean a lot to us.
Scott Yell said the goal of the foundation is to support the growth and development of young men and women.
And so the reason we have partnered and that we're donating at all these cities to the Nike RBI program, which stands for Reviving Baseball in Inner Cities, is because it combines, I think, Jackson's passion for baseball and just, developing young men and women with core values of leadership, understanding teamwork, fighting through adversity. And so I just think it represents his core values and kind of what the mission of the foundation is all about.
A key factor in the Jackson Yell Family Foundation is to spread their message by visiting all of the MLB ballparks around the country.
Jackson and I shared a love of baseball, took him to his first game when he was 5 or 6. And then over time, we realized we'd been to 5 or 6 different ballparks, and we said, hey, we should try to get to all 30, right? So that was the quest. And we were fortunate enough to get to 12 of the 30 together. And then so last summer, just was trying to think, hey, how can I visit the remaining 18, donate to a cause that supports the mission of the foundation, and then also use it to raise, funds, and so that we can continue to do good things on behalf of Jackson.
To learn more about the Jackson Yell Family Foundation, you can visit jacksonyell.com. Nicholas Coleman, Elon Local News.
Scott Yell was most recently in Atlanta to watch the Braves. He will continue his journey across the country this MLB season.
With less than 50 days until graduation, Elon University's grad fair started today. Seniors can visit the second floor of the Barnes & Nobles in downtown Elon to pick up their cap and gown. Students are required to bring their Phoenix card or a photo ID to receive the gown. The grad fair is also the last chance for students to sit in for a portrait and secure a spot in the 2024 yearbook. Senior Devin Gilboa says he is looking forward to his next steps after Elon.
I am ecstatic. I'm so ready to be done with this year.
While some seniors are counting down the less than 50 days until graduation, others like Madison Battinelli aren't keeping track of how long they have until they leave Elon. Tomorrow at the bookstore from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. is the last chance for seniors to pick up their cap and gown and take a yearbook photo. Elon's commencement ceremonies are set for Friday, May 24th in Schar Center at 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And a musical experience for all coming up next.
Up next, our Michael Wolf has your Phoenix 5-day forecast and allergy update.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Joining us live under the Oaks is our Michael Wolf with your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Michael, good evening.
Good evening. Now let's take a look at your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Tomorrow, our post-eclipse forecast sets the tone for the week ahead. Your high 69 degrees with scattered showers to be expected in the morning. On Wednesday, precipitation continues to move through our area, but we warm up to the 70s. It lingers in our area through Friday afternoon, then it should move out of the area, and I'm happy to report, looks like another beautiful weekend ahead. Now, it really has seemed as if spring has sprung this year right as April did, as the North Carolina Department of Environmental Quality tells me that on April 1st, it was the highest parts per million of tree pollen that they've seen in over a decade. Now, regardless of those weather conditions outside, here are some of the best practices to keep yourself safe if you suffer from seasonal allergies. If you're allergy prone, make sure to use a saline-based nasal spray. Close those windows with high pollen counts and also use a HEPA filter or an air filter in those indoor spaces if you get specifically bad allergies. And also after those outdoor activities such as a long or a short run, be sure to shower to get all of those remaining pollen particles off. Fiona, Rachel, I'm going to send it back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Michael. During this heavy allergy season, remember to carry tissues, allergy medication, and to hydrate.
Well, I don't personally have allergies, and I've never been affected by pollen. What about you?
Oh, I definitely do, and I also have asthma, so it's really difficult for me this allergy season, so I definitely have to take my medication every day to make sure I'm not sneezing all throughout classes.
I know, I'm sure, but I mean, it's really nice out.
Oh, it's beautiful out.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, in the solar
really
eclipse,
bright.
it was so nice to watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Elon's sidewalks are often crowded with students, professors, and trucks. Elon's white maintenance trucks can be found all over campus, but what exactly do they do? The white maintenance trucks across campus are the primary transportation method for facilities management, who work around the clock to take care of Elon's 300 acres and 3 million square feet of buildings. Facilities management responds to over 40,000 work orders a year, including student and staff fix-it requests, which Senior Director of Facilities Management Raymond Fletcher says are not submitted incredibly often. He stresses how important it is for students to submit fix-it orders when their rooms need repair.
You know, if something breaks, the lights out or the sink's leaking, call us. I mean, that's what we're here for. You shouldn't have to live like that.
Facilities management is made up of 240 employees divided into 6 divisions: automotive transportation, building trades, environmental service, landscaping grounds, sustainability, and utility maintenance. Each division is responsible for a wide range of jobs, from residence hall repairs to trash collections to event setup. Fletcher explains what makes his department's behind-the-scenes work successful: a good, dedicated team.
There's a reason why they're number one in so many things, and it's the people. And
Next time you see a white maintenance truck or a facility management employee, make sure you say thank you.
In 4 sold-out shows, BFA Music Theater students from all 4 classes performed together in Grand Night this weekend in Elon University's Roberts Studio Theater. Prospective students were invited to attend a dress rehearsal and talk to the students about their Elon experience. And on Sunday, the performers took on the show to Wellspring Retirement Community in Greensboro, according to senior Caroline Borio.
I'm just so excited that we're bringing this out into the community, because it's so easy to get wrapped in like our little bubble of being on campus and just performing for fellow students.
Something that's different this year is that everything was student run. Assistant Professor of Music Theater Courtney Liu added the element of leadership development training during the fall semester to help empower students and equip them with necessary skills to direct their own numbers for Grand Night. After challenges with the new performance space and rehearsals for 4 hours a night, the show came together and was truly a grand night.
Up next, the national send-off for one of Elon's sports teams.
And an exciting weekly event after our break.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that
college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself? What are you gonna make of me?
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
You're watching Elon Local News.
Friends and family gathered Sunday evening to celebrate Elon's dance team as they prepare to head to their national dance competition this week. The team will hit the road tomorrow morning and will head to Daytona, Florida, as they will compete Thursday and Friday with a chance for finals on Saturday. Junior Juliette Baudouin says having all the support from the Elon community last night was a special feeling for the team going into the competition. For the 4 seniors on the team, this will be their 3rd time competing after missing out on nationals their freshman year due to COVID. Senior Hannah Reed says that her time with the team has helped her grow and that she is now more comfortable with large competitions like this one.
I think nerves kind of got out the first go around, but I mean, like, there's always going to be a little butterfly in your stomach going on stage. That's just what a dancer deals with all the time. But I think at this point I've learned how to maintain my nervousness, if that makes sense.
The team is now looking to go out and win its 2nd national championship within the past 3 years after coming home with the award in 2022.
So, did you go to the dance event?
I did. I went to the send-off. It was great. So the dance team is competing in 2 different divisions for the Division 1 teams, and they're competing in pom and also hip-hop.
Awesome.
So they performed both of those routines last night. It was so cool to see them perform, and they also had a little audience engagement as well, where they played a game called Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Palm, and there was actually a little girl who won at the end. It was really great.
That's awesome. Should I go next year?
Absolutely.
Really? Okay. I'll definitely look into it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. In the excitement of the farmers market, our Ann Tifo has the story of one vendor whose passion makes the day a little brighter.
On a chilly, cloudy afternoon, students line up to bring a little spring color into their rooms.
Wait, I like this one better, right?
Flowers. Purple, orange, pink, and green flowers being bought at the Elon Farmers Market by the Elon community, and specifically, many Elon University students. One of these students, Evelyn Ely, brought her flowers to replace the ones she had previously.
I keep my flowers beside my bed, so every morning when I wake up, it's the first thing I see, and it's just a nice little taste of spring.
Broadwell Roots sells flowers by the bouquet. They have been selling at the farmers market since 2019. Co-owner Clark Norman grows the flowers alongside his wife, Tammy. He says people flock to the flowers.
I think just whenever the tent is full, it just attracts people. It's almost like a pollinator garden. People just come.
And attract people is exactly what Norman's tent did. After an hour and a half, 3 bouquets were left. A 4:30 restock brought new life to the booth, which, once again, merely sold out in 45 minutes.
I'm a small town in South Carolina, and we do farmers markets like this all the time at home. So it just kind of gives me a taste of home, and I love supporting the local businesses.
The sun did end up coming out that first farmers market of the year. And for student Anna Matawarren, the sun wasn't the only thing that brightened her day.
A little small piece of spring that you can bring into your house, and it's always nice to have them in my kitchen, in my apartment. It's just a little nice way to brighten my day at home.
Brightening days, of course, is just what Clark Norman's intentions are.
Flowers just bring joy to people. And on a college campus, you see it very quickly.
Annie Tifo, Elon Local News.
The next time you go to the farmers market, be sure to stop by Broadwell Roots.
A new, fun, and challenging course is coming to Elon's campus. Our Angelina Fantaroni has the story.
With high ropes, low ropes, and team bonding, Elon Challenge has it all.
Elon Challenge is an interactive resource for everyone on campus. Their mission is to lead bonding experiences, help organizations grow their relationships, and facilitate new ways to learn. This summer, Elon Challenge will open a new challenge course to the Elon community, in addition to the 18-acre course that is currently located on Moon Elon Road behind the Fat Frog Bar and Grill. Caroline Putman, Elon Jr. and team lead for Elon Challenge, says this course will be bigger and provide more space to enjoy the fun.
But this course will be able to have a lot more participants up on it. It's going to be a two-story facility, which means that we'll be able to have more people on the course at one given time. This opens up a lot of opportunity for bigger groups, more collaboration.
Set to open behind the Danley Park Gym, Putman says there has been a need for a new course to preserve the life of the trees that may have been worn out. She says campus recreation and wellness did not have the funds for a new course until the COVID-19 pandemic, when there weren't as many activities happening.
Brockwell made the decision a couple years back to utilize that money once the pandemic was over to build a new challenge course, and that this has been in the works for forever, and we're really excited that it's finally getting off the ground now.
Putman says the challenge courses are important for group development for organizations to achieve a common goal.
This could be whether it's new members and they're looking to get to know each other, or maybe you guys have been around for years and years and you're just looking for a new experience outside of your day-to-day. But it's a really great opportunity for groups to learn how to grow together, learn how to work together in a very safe environment.
To see what the new and current Elon Challenge course has in store for you, you can visit Elon Campus Recreation and Wellness website and fill out the Elon Challenge request form. Angelina Fancheroni, Elon Local News.
If you're on campus this summer, be on the lookout for the opening of the new course.
Stay tuned for a colorful and annual Elon tradition.
And our Abigail Hines joins us live in studio for our weekly social media recap. We'll see you after the break.
Shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul.
Estimated time, 47 hours.
They will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking.
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls second.
Are you orange?
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're watching Elon Local News.
The Center for Race, Ethnicity, and Diversity Education roped Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration to full swing with their kickoff event. Medallion Plaza hosted a number of small businesses, lots of games, food, and fun, all in celebration of Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Elon senior Sonali Schroeder says she loves the turnout from this event, especially as she is able to share her culture with other students while promoting her art.
I just love it all. I think honestly just seeing so many people come out, like it's just so special to me to see everyone come out and recognize and celebrate and honor Asian culture.
Nationally, May is API Heritage Month, but Elon celebrates it a little earlier. Asian Pacific Student Association co-president Sun Wen is excited that Elon celebrates API Month during the entirety of April due to school ending in May.
I appreciate that Elon celebrates API History Month during April and not May, so we have the full month, and it's always lovely having the kickoff and starting the month off with a lot of excitement and energy.
Elon senior and co-founder of Colas USA, an Indian American fashion brand, Shreya Baru, says that her business is her unique way to promote Indian culture on campus. Being able to introduce her culture to others is something very special to Baru.
Especially Elon, the Indian population is actually quite less, so I just want to make a little change by bringing in a slight hint of me on campus.
API Month events are a great way to get involved on campus and also within other cultures. Celebrating API Heritage Month will be this Thursday, hosted by APSA and the Gender LGBTQIA Center, talking about both communities over Rainbow Boba.
Our Abigail Hines joins us in the studio to give us our weekly social media recap. Abigail, what's happened throughout this week?
Thanks, Rachel. Elon University's annual Elon-thon raised nearly $77,000 for patients at Duke Children's Hospital. The 13-hour event featured performances from Elon's finest dance team, DanceWorks, and Smooth Progressions. The Country Music Television Awards were held last night, hosted by country music star Kelsey Ballerini. Brooks and Dunn, Lainey Wilson, and others sang tributes to the late country star Toby Keith, who died earlier this year. Former MLB star player Roger Clemens, a longtime friend of Keith's, opened the tribute with a moving speech, telling stories about their friendship over the years. Brooks and Dunn sang Keith's hit song, Should Have Been a Cowboy, and Lainey Wilson concluded the tribute with How Do You Like Me Now? Speaking of country music, Morgan Wallen was arrested overnight in Nashville on felony charges after allegedly throwing a chair off a rooftop bar. He has been charged with 3 counts of reckless endangerment and 1 count of disorderly conduct, according to the Metro Nashville Police Department. The South Carolina women's basketball team defeated Iowa in yesterday's championship game in the NCAA women's tournament. The South Carolina Gamecocks, who have been undefeated all season, took home their 3rd national championship. Iowa's Caitlin Clark scored 30 points during the game, breaking the NCAA women's tournament scoring record with 480 total points. Tonight, UConn and Purdue's men's basketball teams will face off in their own championship game at 9:20 p.m.
Thanks, Abigail. Be sure to tune in every week for our social media recap.
Each year, Elon's Young Commons is filled with smiles, laughter, and an annual tradition.
So all of our events, from Diwali to Holi to Eid al-Fitr to the Festival of Lights and Luminaries, are a way to bring together the community, to educate people, and also to allow practitioners to celebrate the event in an authentic setting.
I think it's important to learn about different cultures, and I think this is a great way to bring the community together. There's just a lot of people, and there's not many events that I see like this many people this passionate.
During one of my first weeks of my freshman year, I met my beautiful mentor Sonali, who's a senior in Sirtal, who told me about this small, newly founded Indian dance team called Sirtal.
Purple represents royalty and confidence. Blue represents calmness, and yellow represents happiness. Green is new beginnings.
Well, that looks really fun. I did not go this year or last year, but have you ever been?
I was not able to go this year, but I did go last year, and it was one of my favorite memories from last year, absolutely.
That's awesome. Well, maybe I'll go next year.
Yeah, well, thank you. That's all the news we have for you this evening. Thank you for joining us.
Head over to our website, elonnewsnetwork.com, for stories, sports, and more.
And make sure to follow us on social media at Elon News Network.
Have a great night, Elon.